Alright, hey, what is going on, everybody? It's Boy CDD here, brings another video, and today I'm bringing you a video on the Veles-X pulse rifle. We are going to be doing a how-to and review. So, if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button down below, subscribe if you are new. We're going to be talking about the PvP side of things, specifically tunnel vision, kill clip, and then, of course, the barrel and magazine perk. That is the only one. This has 4 origin traits. We'll get into everything. Talk about the pros, talk about the cons. But first, let's talk about how to get this weapon. For those that have not seen it, this is the ritual weapon. In other words, how to get it is you have to achieve a certain rank within either core activities. Gambit, Crucible, or Vanguard. You have to get to rank 16. Once you get to that point, then you can claim this, and you can actually claim 3 of them. I think after the first one, it's just a way of balancing power between characters and something a little more convenient. Also, before we start with the pros and cons, if you do hear snoring, that is Doggo. She is joining us, and she is a sleepy little pup, so bear with me. She's going to be over here just chilling, but we're going to get into it. Alright, so this weapon is a 4-round aggressive burst pulse rifle, and throughout my playing, the first thing that I noticed for a pro is that it's a 2-burst kill, which is very nice, having that quick TTK. As long as you can hit your shots, you can get a kill pretty quick. Another thing that I really like about this pulse rifle is the versatility. Not only do you have the PvP perks, but you also have a whole set of PvE perks like Golden Tricorn, and I forget what the other one is. It creates for different playstyles. If you don't want to use Kill Clip, you can use Tricorn, and you can kind of shift and do what you want built around your playstyle. So I really like the versatility of these ritual weapons, and I hope they continue this trend for future seasons, which I believe they will. I don't remember if the old ones, when we had 1 per core activity, and who knows, we might even go back to that one day. By the way, this is going up on Tuesday. We're getting a gear stream earlier today, so who knows, they might announce something new. We'll see. But let's move on. One of my favorite perks that I always enjoy on a PvP weapon is Kill Clip. Having that extra damage, being able to have some forgiveness. I already mentioned that this gun is a 2-round burst as long as you hit your shots. But if you activate Kill Clip and go for a streak, Kill Clip adds a little bit of extra forgiveness. So instead of hitting like 7, 8 crits to get the 2-shot kill, maybe you only need to hit 5 or 6 and like a body shot or 2. It just creates a little more leeway if your shots aren't completely on point. On the statistical side, I have noticed that this pulse rifle has great range. I had no issues trying to hit someone far away. Obviously, it being an aggressive frame, we'll talk about its up close and personal later on. It had great stability. The stat specifically had no issues there. Handling, reload, etc. didn't have any issues. So those were all pros. There's only one stat we'll talk about here in a little bit. But moving on, again, aggressive burst. This kind of goes with the 2-burst kill. There are many different kinds of pulse rifles. I've seen like an aggressive Graviton Lance, 2-burst with the odd damage. You have an aggressive frame like the Messenger. Then you have an aggressive burst. Either way, it's an aggressive frame. Aggressives were buffed at the beginning of the season, just for certain stability and while being mobile and giving you a little more leeway with that. So I definitely think that's a pro, because the fact that you have a little more leeway with it and you can do more with the aggressives instead of having to sit still and fire on a target. Next up, magazine size. I think having 40 shots in the mag is very good. That's 10 bursts you can get off, and with the reload being pretty snappy, at least from what I could tell, I never had any issues with the reload. It's a great mag size to have. And if you wanted to, if you wanted a few extra shots, you could go ahead and put a magazine mod on it to increase it. I don't know what it would increase, maybe 44 or 48, but personally I like 40. And then all origin traits. Like I said before, this weapon is versatile. If there's a certain origin trait, if you prefer Gambit, if you prefer Vanguard, Crucible, Hake, whatever it may be, you have 4 to choose from. So it gives you a lot of options when it comes to personalizing how you want to play. That's all my pros. I think there was a lot with this gun, just because the way that you can use it, the different play styles, and again, just versatility. It is great to have versatile guns that you can interchange between perks and take into both sets of activities. Of course, I haven't used it in PvE. Eventually, I will do a PvE review if you guys would like. So again, make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know that you want to see that. But for the PvP side of things, I was really impressed with the gun. I think my first game I dropped like 35 kills with it. Moving on to the cons, though, because there are a couple cons. Recoil direction. I said we would get to it later. It does have a little bit of a bounce. I believe it bounced a little bit to the left. It's not too bad, but it's still there. It's not completely vertical. And when you have weapons and you can use full auto as a setting, you always want things to be completely vertical. You don't want to risk having it bounce and screwing up your aim. Or if like you're on the move, it could also screw up your aim. So that is my first con, and my second one is going to be, it is not that easy to use up close and personal. Aggressive frames never are going to be recommended for up close and personal combat unless we're talking about shotguns or fusion rifles. Sometimes fusion rifles. So I don't recommend getting up close onto someone's face and trying to get a kill. This is a very, very much a mid to long range weapon. With that, I don't have any issues with the gun. I really enjoyed using it. I think it's a really good weapon, and it is for sure worth getting. If I had to rate the gun, I would give it a 9 out of 10. Don't really have too much else to talk about with it. Its masterwork, I believe, was handling. There's nothing really else that I have to say. I kind of said everything that I thought about the gun. I can't wait to see what the next ritual weapon will be. So let me know what you guys think about the gun. And again, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. I give this gun a 9 out of 10. And I will see you all in the next one. And a goodbye from this little furry one over here. Peace.
You captured Zone B. You have zone advantage.